Woo! What's going on, guys? Orum's Forum, Orum's Den, coming at you guys today with another podcast. Trying to keep it at a Sunday. It is Sunday, 8 o'clock. We only got two in the building. That's okay. I'm sure we're going to get some more. The big day. Football's back, guys. Football's back, and Detroit Lions football's back. Training camp has officially begun. We had some of the rookies reporting a few days back. I believe it was Tuesday, if I can remember, maybe Wednesday, I forget. Then the veterans shortly afterwards, and official today, day one training camp. Let's talk about it. I will be having a video about it coming up. Probably going to drop it right after this video or tomorrow, but I have all the writing out right now. It's whether or not I'm going to do it right after this podcast. So, I got the stuff ready to rock and roll. Might be a day behind, but I don't like to get a day behind, but sometimes it just happens. I am very tired, but I'm ready to go, guys. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to talk some Lions football. But let's see who's in the chat. We got a few guys coming in. 7 in the building. Let this guy send this video out, guys, for me. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And yeah, man, and comment, share it. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys for coming in the chat, man. We got 9 in the building. We're going to get some of those guys up. We got 9 drinks. What's up, buddy? Can't wait. What's going on, brother? Shepherd Pie. One of my favorites, man. Super Bowl or bust, Mark Malik. Love it, buddy. Super Bowl or bust. The Lone Wolf 21 giving a woo out there. Woo! Love it. Ubaldo Barragan. What's going on, my man? Great to hear from you as well. Matt Hicks, happy first day of camp. Absolutely, brother. Right back at you, Matt. James Willis in the building. What's up, Mark? I hope you and your family are healthy and happy. Everybody's good, man. I did ruin dinner today, though. I barbecued, and I lit everything up, man. I burned the burgers. I burned the hot dogs. Something caught on fire underneath. I don't think I cleaned my barbecue good enough the last time I queued up. And I burned my burgers, man. And I salvaged a few, but we ended up eating. We ended up getting some food in our bellies, but it was a bad day in the queue for your boy. I did hear good things about training camp. I did too. There wasn't really a lot of negative going on. There was some positives. A couple changes, it looked like, day one, nothing, experimentation will be going on early on in camp to see, getting some guys acclimated to the season and to, just getting the rust off and getting those land legs going again because, football's back. So, yeah, and the word acclimation was used by Dan Campbell. It's a 3-day period where they're going to just, 90-minute workouts. Well, 90-minute practice, and no pads. So Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, full pads going on Wednesday. And maybe, I don't know how longer the practices are. I'm sure they're another, hour or so or whatever. And, they got the time limits on that now stuff. So, yes. Prairie Ball. Hey, Mark, what are the things you're looking for in training camp? I'll tell you that in a minute. What's up, Steve-O? Yeah, Perry Ball. I'm just looking, camp battles. I'm looking for some camp battles. Health is my biggest concern. I want to see that linebacker room. I'm not concerned, but I'm very interested to see what happens there. They got Derek Barnes right now on that number 1 with Anzalone. It almost, to me, feels like just from day one, and I can't make any judgment yet, but it almost seems to me that right now, Malcolm Rodriguez is the forgotten man. He did make a nice play, I guess, today, though. Nice read and recognition, read and react. And he made a play. I think I was on Craig Reynolds, I believe it was. Caught the ball, got in the backfield, wrapped him up. No hitting, so obviously, he made a nice play. But I don't want to say forgotten, man, because it's way too early to say stuff like that. But it almost seems like, he's going to have to work to get some playing time this year. Because I still think Jack Campbell, I still feel he's going to win a starting job next to Anzalone, but we'll see there. Baldo. DC made it clear guys need to put in the work. Yeah, absolutely, guys need to put in the work, and they're not gonna they're not gonna play guys that don't deserve to play. They're gonna play the best guys. Campbell came out and said that they're playing the best guys. They're not playing guys because of experience. They're not going to play guys because of this and that. They're going to play that guys that win jobs. Plain and simple. They don't care if the kid's 21, 22 years old, or if the kid's 27. They don't care. Whoever's going to be the best guy out there, that's who's going to play. And I love that about this coaching staff. And a lot of coaches don't do that, and it's not that Dan Campbell, this coaching staff is going to be a little bit, you have to be a little bit careful with rookies, and you got to kind of ease them in. But they're going to play the best 22 guys that they can. They're not going to beat around the bush and just give the job to somebody because he was a high first pick. They're not going to give the job to Jack Campbell. They're not going to give the job to Brian Branch, Jahmyr Gibbs. They're going to have to earn it. But those guys were getting reps with first and second teams. So didn't hear much about Jack Campbell today. Didn't really hear a lot from what I gathered. You guys know I like to go to my sources. Jeff Risden. I like to go to Jeremy Reisman. Eric Schlitz, a really good one. John Macaron. I've done a podcast or two with him, which was very informative. He was a very good guy to talk to. I've talked to who else have done podcasts with? I would love to do a podcast with Risden one day, hopefully. I've talked to him kind of behind the scenes through text and DM and stuff like that. Nothing on a personal level. But yeah, I like to get my info from all those guys. Tim Twentyman, Mike O'Hara, Dave Burkett from the Free Press. All those guys, man. Those guys are all Lions insiders, Lion beat writers, and they get the job done, man. And I couldn't get the info out if they didn't do their job. So, man, hats off. Hats off to those guys, man. They get the job done so I can put out the info in case you guys don't get it. And it's just good for me because I get to study up on everything, man. So it's fun for me. And it's my passion. And I love this shit. Get you guys know what I'm talking about. Oh, I almost put you in Steve-O. Time out, Steve-O. Sorry about that, buddy. What do you think about trading for Denzel Mims? I liked him coming out of Baylor. He could fill in the role Chart had last season. I'm okay with, when I made that video about Mims, I'm not jumping for joy. I'm not excited. I'm not upset about it. It's another body. It's a body. 6'3", 207 pounds. Had a nice college season, like you said, coming out of Baylor. Almost 3,000 yards, I believe, in 3-4 years, whatever it was. Touchdown machine his last 3 years at Baylor. A speed guy, a big body, a red zone guy, a guy that can get open. He had it bad in New York, man. I think he just had it bad in New York. He didn't score a touchdown in 3 years. Joe Flacco, Mike White. Don't think he had Sam Darnold, did he? Darnold might have been gone. That he could have had Darnold his rookie year. I don't remember though. I think Darnold's been gone for the past couple years, anyways. But that was 3 years ago. So. And then Zach Wilson. Zach Wilson hasn't been very good. Flacco's Flacco. He's older. And Mike White's no good. He's had a couple good games for the Jets. So, different scenery could be better. I don't know, but I think he's coming in here. He's going to be a number 5. I think he's going to win that 5. That number 5 is going to spell a lot of guys. He's going to spell guys like Marvin Jones. He's going to spell guys like Josh Reynolds. He's going to be something that this offense doesn't really have right now, and that's a big-bodied, fast 4.3, 5, 4.38, whatever he runs, 40, who can just separate and who can make guys spread out. You know what I mean? So he make guys spread out. He can be a decoy. So I think it's a good problem to have. I think he's going to win a spot. We gave up peanuts for him. If he doesn't make the roster, we get the 6th round pick back. The Jets, we get the 6th. The Jets get back their 7th. And Mims is a free agent. So I think it's okay. I think a lot of people are expecting him to be J-Mo. He's not J-Mo. He's replacing the speed, I guess, of JMO, if you want to say that. But I'm okay with it. We didn't give up nothing for it. If it doesn't work, oh well, back to the drawing board. But he's a wide receiver 5, 4 at best. We already know who our 1 through 4s are. Let's say Brown, it's Reynolds, it's Marvin Jones, and then it's Khalif Raymond. And then when JMO comes back, Mims could be gone, or they could go to 6 wide receivers. Who knows? But I like the move. It's okay. It's a low risk move that could come to mid-level or even better reward. So I'm okay with it. Yeah, great to see Dan doing up downs with the team again. I love that. Man. That was hard to do. He looked gassed doing them though, man. I watched the whole video. He was in trouble at the end there. He turned over and started doing the sit-ups. He was tired. It's all good. Do you feel Rodriguez can take a step forward? I think he can. He's got competition in the building now. He's got a lot of competition in the building. He's got 2-3 guys, man, that are ahead of him already, I think. Well, for sure, Barnes is apparently early. It's very early, but right now Barnes seems to be the guy with Anzalone. And I think Jack Campbell's going to surpass either one or both of those guys. And but I think he could, man. Let's see what he's made out of. Let's see what he is made out of, right? What's going on, Rare View? Attend a training camp so I can meet you, big guy. I'm trying to get there. Man. Work might get in the way of it, but I'm trying to get there, and hopefully I can get there soon. There's some things up that are in the works, I think, right now with some guys, and hopefully we can make that announcement sooner or later. I'll find out a little bit more what's going on, but yeah, man, I'm trying to get there. Rare View, I really, really am. Mims, big guy that can stretch the field, could work with JMO. It could, yeah, man. I just don't expect JMO production. That's all. You know what, you can kind of think of this move a little bit too. You can kind of think of this move as the Khalif Raymond kind of type move that they did a few years back. Like Khalif Raymond was on 4 or 5 other teams, like the Jets, Tennessee, Denver. The guy was on like a couple Giants. The guy was on like a couple teams. He had like 200-300 yards receiving. He was a special teamer. He was a 5th, 6th wide receiver at best. Didn't do anything, but good worker. Worked hard. Always got on a roster. Detroit picked him up, and it was like, what the hell is Brad Holmes doing? Look what he's done. He's had 1,200 yards in 2 seasons. In 2 seasons as Detroit Lion, and he's not a huge part of this offense, but he's a part of this offense. So Mims could come in. I think there's less pressure on Mims because when Raymond came here, it was the wide receiver room was horrific. Like we had Quintez Cephas, St. Brown was a rookie, or you know what I mean? It just we didn't really. Rashad Perryman was in the mix. The guy from the Chargers that we picked up, I can't remember his name, who was supposed to be the number 1 guy who got hurt in week 1 against the 49ers. I forget the guy's name, though. So Mims comes in. There's not a lot of pressure on him. There's not a ton of pressure. Like he's just going to have to come in, work hard, hopefully win a spot. Maybe he can get some yards, man, and move the chains a bit. Going on, 9 drinks. Fan man. Hey, fellas, what's up, bro? But not JMO. Not JMO what? He's got to make the team first. Of course. I think he's going to. I think he's going to make the team. I don't see a number 5 on this team better than him. Tom Kennedy's not better than him. He's not. Who am I missing? Like, let's pull up the Lions roster. Give me a sec, guys. I don't like the dead air, but let's Detroit Lions depth chart. Now let's look at the wide receivers. If he can't make this roster as a 5, as of right now, because with the JMO suspension, I think that's an issue. But if he can't beat out guys like it's going to be tough to beat out guys like Maurice Alexander because he plays special teams. He's a good punt returner and stuff like that. Gunner, whatever they're going to use him as. Personal protector, or whatever, whatever they're doing there. Trinity, if you can't beat out guys like Trinity Benson, if you can't beat out Chase Cota, Dylan Drummond, if you can't beat out those type of guys, then I think we got issues. But as of right now, it looks like he's backing up Marvin Jones. It looks like that right now. And he's going to spell run Marvin Jones. He's got 7 years younger than him. 6, 7 years younger. So if you can't beat him out, 6, 7, 8, whatever the hell it is. So I think he's going to make the team. I really do. Is he going to be a huge part of this offense? I don't really know, though. I think he's good depth. You think the Lions should make a play for Chiefs from KC? I don't think they're going to get him. Why does KC not want to pay him or something? I think I read something about this a while ago. You can always try to make a call. Chris Jones is one of the best. You're going to have to give up a ton. R.E. Mims. First week ended Rodgers' FTP era, sending 12 of them boys to New York. Why not be the team that benefit from the overcrowded wide receiver room? Usually happens to us, not benefit from this big brain, Brad. Yeah, I think it's a solid move, man. I'm not going to call Brad Holmes a genius, but they like these projects, man. The Lions like doing this. They've done it with Charles Harris. They did it with Khalif Raymond, like I was just talking about earlier. And this is what this team likes to do. They like to bring in, I don't want to say misfits, but they bring in a couple of guys that look like they got some talent. And then they didn't do much on another team or teams, plural. And then they kind of rekindle their career. And that's always a good thing, man. That's always a good thing. I think Mims can contribute. I just don't know where he is in the pecking order. If you look at it, with J-Mo out, he's the number 5. Plain and simple, he's the number 5. If they carry 6, which I don't think they will do, they could carry 6. I don't think there's 6 wide receivers better than him on this team right now. So there's 3 or 4 for sure. Not 5 or 6. So I think he's got not 6 or 7. He's going to win a spot. I just really do think he's going to. When does training camp open up to the public? I want to say the 29th, but don't quote me on that, bro. Jorge Cantu, what's going on, big dog? What's going on, brother? Gary Kester, I'm going to training camp August 5th. Want to see Lions increase speed. Awesome, bro. I'm going to try to get there too. I just don't know when. Ooh, Hatters House 710. What's up, bro? Mims makes it at 5. That's what I'm saying, bro. He's number 5. Like, now, you talk to any New York Jet fan, and sometimes you got to be careful talking to fans because, when a player leaves, especially a high draft pick, he's an instant bust. And right now he is a bust. He's a bust for the Jets. But you talk to their fan base, and they're going to tell you everything bad about him, right? They're going to, there's some guys that you can talk to are level-headed, but he busted out in New York. And there's all kinds of reasons why. Was it scheme? Was it offensive coordinators? Was it this? Was it that? Bad team? Bad quarterbacks? Was it him not working hard enough? There's certain things out there, but he was a high pick, talent through the roof in college, speed to burn, doesn't have the greatest of hands. Catch rate was awful, but that can go back to the quarterback too as well. He can get up and get the contested catch. He gets separation. There's lots of things. And one thing that I heard a couple of Jets fans saying that his work ethic is a little lacking, is a little lacking. And they say that he refused to play special teams. The Jets coaches had this thing where they were like, man, we're going to stick with these wide receivers. And they tried to get Mims to play special teams. And he was like, no. And he was deactivated for a couple of games because of it. Now, hearing stuff like that doesn't sound like a Brad Holmes, Dan Campbell type guy. Why would they go for a guy that has a terrible work ethic, doesn't want to play special teams because he thinks he's better than that? It seems a little off. So I can't believe everything Jets fans say. I tried to look for some articles about it because usually you see some stuff. I didn't dig deep. But I looked, and I didn't see much. A couple articles I saw was that he was upset because he was deactivated. He was upset because he didn't think he was being treated right. He thought he was better than that, better than this guy. He wasn't like naming names, but he was just like, I think I should be on the roster. I think I should be playing, dressed. I'm not getting the respect I deserve. He didn't come out and bash anybody really, but he had it out with Sala apparently last year. So whatever happened there, player, coach, shit happens. That stuff happens constantly. And, he asked for a trade last year. It didn't happen. This year he's gone. So, this was brewing in the Jets organization. And, we ended up getting him for peanuts. A high-value player coming out of college. We got him for peanuts. If it works, it works. It doesn't, it doesn't. But I think it makes our wide receiver room a little bit better because I think he has talent. I don't think, like I said, I don't think there's 6 or 7 wide receivers better in this room than Denzel Mims. There's 3 or 4, 100%. There is. There really is. But he could have a little bit of an outburst and do some things. Hey, what's going on, Orange Shawl? Look at the avatar. Look at the avatar. Love it, brother. What's going on, my man? I'm behind, guys. I'm behind. We're talking about Denzel Mims. Mims versus Megatwan for the last wide receiver spot. It could happen. Antoine Green. You never know. They're kind of a similar player. Mims being a little bit bigger, obviously. I think a little bit taller, a little bit heavier. Probably a little bit faster. But kind of the same type of player. A little bit. Kind of the same type of player, guys that separate, can jump and get the ball. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think we're going to get Chris Jones. We could probably afford it, though. We can, you can find a way. You can find a way, brother. Like I've always said, I think the salary cap is a mirage. It's an illusion. It really is. You find a way. But I don't think he's not coming to Detroit. Jones said at camp he wants to get paid. Yeah. I don't think it won't be by us, man. I'd love to have Chris Jones on his team. Don't get me wrong. Heard Levi and Onwuzurike was cleared to practice today. You think he'll play this season? Yes, and I was very shocked. I was very shocked that he came out and practiced today. I thought he was going to start on the pup for sure. I would have put money on it and lost, but he was starting on the pup, physically unable to perform. And he was out there in practice today. They were taking it easy with him, though, but he was out there playing with the threes and the fours a little bit, mixing them up in there. On the inside, I think he was paired up with oh man, I got it written down here. He was paired up with, was it Christian Covington? No, it wasn't Christian Covington. New look defense. But I'm about to make a defense. Benito Jones on the number 3 defense. But he was limited. They're kind of slowing his roll a little bit, getting him going, getting the rust off him, trying to see how his back holds up. So pleasantly surprised, and I hope, I have doubts he's gonna not get hurt. I think he's going to get hurt. I hope he doesn't, man. I don't want to sound like a negative Nancy here, but there's a something inside me that feels he's going to get hurt, and I hope he doesn't. I hope I'm dead wrong about it. Zach J, what's up? Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell, they're like going after those high-end picks, revamping their careers. Exactly, and they've done it. They've done it with a few guys. Wait, Jets fans will call Mims a bust. Well, I wonder how we'd like to respond to Atlanta fans asking about Jeffy. I'd say good luck, I guess. Yeah, well, Falcons fans have asked me a couple questions. I told them the truth. I said Akuda, man. Akuda was he was kind of I don't want to say an injury bust, but he kind of was. First 2 seasons were a joke, right? Comes in third year, plays good at the beginning, gets banged up, starts playing really bad, gets hurt again a little bit more, gets like magically benched with no real response or reason. Didn't play that great, was too up and down his 3rd year, So I'd say probably good luck too, but I'd tell the truth and say that you're getting a guy that can play the run really well, because he's very physical on the run. He'll make a couple plays, through the pass, but doesn't have good speed. His coverage ain't that great. So good luck with that. That's all I would say. I would tell the truth. I'm not going to bullshit anybody about the Jeff Okudah. If Mims is serious about change as he wanted 6'3" and okay fast, he will work out. Hey, man. He's a little bit better than okay fast, man. He's fast, man. 4.38, 4.37, whatever he runs, he can fly. You know, he didn't practice today. I believe he was out there. I don't know if I wrote that down. He didn't do nothing. You know, he's still trying to get the playbook down. He just got in the building pretty much. So that's you know, you're probably going to see him out there in the next couple of days. Who knows? But he needs to learn that playbook first. Oche, didn't know that. Ouch, didn't know that. About what? What did I say? Mims is a low risk with medium reward potential. Exactly. And I stole that from CBS. CBS wrote a column and they said he was medium. Mims is a low risk with a medium reward potential. And I think that's it was golden. I was like, perfect. That's exactly what he is. What's going on, Jaquan? How you doing, brother? You doing good? I got to check out some of that art that you do, bro. I didn't know that you did art. I seen your Facebook post. I don't know if you put a lot of your stuff on there, but I like to check it out. Mims might need a fresh start. If it work out, great. If not, he's cut. Exactly. He's cut. We get the 6th back. Jets get the 7th. Mims is a free agent. Someone else can deal with it. But I feel that he's going to win it. Like I said, I don't think there's 6 or 7 better wide receivers on this team. You know, maybe he's a practice squad guy. Maybe they throw him in the practice squad. But I think he's going to win the number 5. I just really do. Does Mims get 500 yards? Oof. I'm going to think no. I'm going to say no. The only chance that happens is if someone goes down. I think he can get like 300 yards. Got to get him in the end zone too, man. Hasn't scored a touchdown in a regular season in his 3-year career. So we got to get him in the end zone if he makes the team. And I think he'll make the team. Levi's practicing. Yeah, that's great news, man. I never thought he would, man. All that talk about how he looked awful in OTAs and minicamp. He couldn't even reach his leg. He apparently couldn't even reach his arms past his knees. So, I remember beat writers saying that it don't look like he's going to be ready for training camp. Kudos to him, man, for working his tail off and getting in there. Love to see it. I wish nothing but the best for him. We need him. We need him on the inside to be that 2nd-round pick that Brad Holmes took a chance on, because I personally thought that pick was a little bit of a reach, and I just didn't see what he saw, but that's why I'm not an NFL scout, man. That's why I'm not an NFL scout, but it's great news. It's really, really, really good news for the Lions and him. It's great news. It's some good news. Trinity Benson is gone, more than likely. More than likely, he's gone. Frog Cop in the building. What's going on, my man? How you doing, brother? With the Lions and the arms. Boom. Love it. Mark, sorry if you touched on it already, but have you heard why Marvin Jones is on an NFI list? Non-football injury list, if nobody knows what that means. Don't really know. I know there's a lot of people saying it's been it's vet rest, and he wanted to spend some time with his family. I don't know if that was just an opinion on some fans, but he was there today. He was there, but he was on the side practicing with trainers, doing things with trainers. That, to me, sounds like he might have tweaked something. Maybe he tweaked something while he was working out. Maybe, just take a couple of days off, but he can come off that NFI list anytime. So I don't really know. I haven't heard anything from what the reports I've read and everything else and heard, that there hasn't been an injury reported. It's just that he was on the sidelines with trainers. So whatever he's doing, they're taking it easy with him. He's 33 years old, but maybe he tweaked something. I'm going to guess that he did maybe tweak something, but I think he'll be okay. Mark, what's your opinion of Covington? Solid pick, man. He was a 6th-round pick. I think Houston Texans drafted him a few years back. Been in the league for a little bit. He's got some pass rush ability to him. He's kind of like a Levi and Wuzurike. kind of an undersized defensive tackle. Got some push, got some moves to the quarterback. More of a pass rusher, in my opinion. I think it was a solid move because he's been on a few teams. He's produced a little, nothing special, but he's a rotational guy, and he was in as the what did they have him on? He was in on the number 2 with Broderick Martin today on the number 2 defense. So they must like him a little bit, so he's getting more reps. So I like that. Levi's a big surprise, but need to see him go through a preseason. Exactly. Baldo, cheers to you, brother. In Michigan, by the way, Michigan. It's water too, guys. It's just water. Big surprise, but yeah, man, we need to see him out there. Practicing stuff's great and all, but we need to see him play a game. I completely agree, Mr. Barragan. I hope Mims hits his potential. He was awesome in college. Same here too, brother. Thanks for joining. Lions Roar 74. He was great at Baylor. He was great. High round pick, second round. He's got some potential. People don't like to hear the words potential. They don't like to hear the words high ceiling. I get all that shit, man. I get it. But that's what he has. And if he busts out, he busts out. So far, he's a bust for the Jets. Now he needs to wake up because you don't get many chances, man. So you got your second chance with another team. Are you going to get a third if this don't work out? Mims is kind of like Akuda. They can stay healthy. They can be big playmakers. Yeah, I think Mims can be more of a playmaker than Akuda ever was. But yeah, I can't really disagree with that. That's a good one, Zach's. That's a solid take. Mims, I showed that in college. Whole different thing here in the NFL. So let's hopefully he can stay healthy because he does have some injury history, Mims. So man, he's got some he's had a concussion, finger. What else has he had? He's had some injuries, hips, legs, like a lot of leg injuries and stuff like that. So he's missed time. He's like 20 games in 3 years. So he's got some injury history. That's like 7 games. That's 7 games a year. 6, you know what I mean? 7, it's more than that, but it's less than that. But it's basically around 7 games a year. And he's been deactivated for games too, supposedly with attitude concerns. So that's something we got to keep an eye on too, and ears out for that too as well. Jacob, sorry, man. I'm good. Yeah, I did come across you in my status, and I do have a lot of I work on my page, and maybe even see some drawing lines on it. I think I have seen some of that, bro. I gotta check it out more though, man. That's awesome though, brother. Mark sipping bourbon. I wish, bro. This is straight up water. Promise. I promise, man. Sipping that bourbon. Oof. I gotta work in the morning. I can't be sipping on bourbon. Do you feel Pascal can have an impact? Of course. Right now, early, but it looks like it was Hutch and Kaminsky as the 2 defensive ends and two bookends. And with Pascal coming in there, with Charles Harris in and out. So, but he's a second round pick, man. He needs to be. He needs to come in. He needs to, he's finally healthy. Needs to be a reason why we picked him second round. Needs to do his thing. I don't know how to say that, Bo Booth, but welcome to the chat. Dolbury Vetcher. Am I saying that right? Are you saying hello? Hopefully you're saying hello to me. Let's get the likes up for Mark. Does great work. Thanks, Ubaldo. I appreciate it, fellas. What do you think about the Vikings receiver clocked at 155? That was Jordan Addison, the rookie out of USC, I believe he played at. He did get the 3-game suspension? Okay, because there was talks that I seen an article. Is that for sure a 3-game suspension? Because I seen an article where they predicted that he wasn't going to get anything. So that's good that he got suspended at least. Cephas bet on a college game in a hotel room suspended for 6 weeks. You mean Jamison Williams? Cephas bet on NFL games, bro. But he's done. He's done for the year. Him and CJ Moore. JMO bet on I believe it was college basketball or college football. Don't know. And yeah, he got suspended for 6 weeks. Now, I'm glad the kid got suspended. I think going 100, I think it was 100, was it 155? I thought it was like 140, but whatever. The guy was going well over. I was expecting a suspension, and I was thinking. I think I told somebody asked me the question. I believe somebody asked me a question on another site, and I said 2 games. I thought he would get maybe 2, but I'm hearing 0. That's what I read. So I'm happy he got 3. You know, he's an idiot for doing it, man. He could kill himself or, God forbid, kill more people. It's way more dangerous. It's way more stupid than betting on something. I get it. It is. I'm not going to cry about he got 3 and J-Mo got 6. You know, it's stupid. But at least he got something and he deserves it. And hopefully the kid grows up. Because I'd like to see him play because he's a good wide receiver. Unfortunately, he plays for the Vikings. But you know, at least he got something for it. At least he got something for it, man. It's 3 games. It's better than 0. I think people just want to see that high ceiling play that way on the field. Yeah, and we'll see it. I'm not too upset if Marvin ends up injured this year. Let's get Montgomery and Gibbs on the field. Yeah, those guys aren't going to be sitting too much. Montgomery and Gibbs, got to get them on the field at the same time too. Mitchell, Wright, and Laporta too. St. Brown will be that fun. It's going to be a fun offense to watch, man. I'm hoping we don't see a regression. That's it. Potential. Hope Mims works out. Exactly, man. Potential high ceiling. We'll be that guy regardless. Oh yeah, man. St. Brown. I'm not worried. I'm not really worried about the offense, man. Like you said, if Marvin gets injured, it happens. You know, he's not the same Marvin Jones he once was. You know, he's 33 years old now. I don't think we're getting the Marvin Jones that we had here in Detroit. It's not going to happen. But I think he's still a value wide receiver. He can get the job done. But that's why they picked up Mims. That's why they got guys like Khalif and they got guys like Tom Kennedy. Something goes down, they can insert some guys. But production is a whole different story, right? Night Watchman. Hey, we're the Monkeys. I love it. What's going on, Night Watchman? I've never seen you out here, but I like it. Say we're monkeying around. I love it, man. Good evening, Veshier. What is that language, brother? Dobra. Is that Hungarian, Serbian? I don't want to offend. Do you feel Romo and Harris can have a comeback year? Romeo? Is that what he's trying to say? Romeo? I think Harris, I think they both can. I know Harris, they were playing him at Sam linebacker today. So, you know, they're trying to spread out his work, his information overload, man, trying to get him some more work to be done. So good to see him out there. He was dropping back in the coverage, I guess, but we all know he's a pass rusher. And people say we're monkeying around, man. That's it. He's singing the whole song. I love it. They're saying Charles Rogers is going to play a lot of Sam. We just said that, yeah. I think it's good. But we all know he's a pass rusher. Put more responsibilities on his plate. It's okay. I don't want that guy dropping back in coverage all game. I tell you that. You can't really take his strengths away from him. You shouldn't. But I think they're trying to get guys in there. Why I see that they're doing this, bro, is that because we have more weapons on defense. So they're going to try to get more guys in and bounce guys out, like Charles Harris, James Houston. You know what I mean? Play those guys on the outside linebacker, Sam, whatever. They're trying to get Houston even involved more in his linebacker. He was dropping back today, making some plays, knocked down a pass apparently, made a nice play on another, causing pressure. I guess he was having a really good day. I guess he's having a real good day, and they're bouncing him around. So, you know what I mean? Versatility. It's a good thing, man. I just don't want to be seeing Charles Harris drop it back into coverage more. Don't take the strength of his pass rush away too much. Yeah, Jameson, I know you did, bro. It was an oopsie. Just trying to be friendly. Love it. My bad. All good, brother. I miss Cephas too. I think he was solid, man. You know, too banged up. You know, stupid betting like that, but it's dumb. That's crazy that you only get 3 games for potentially killing someone. It is stupid. It's crazy and it's stupid. You're right. It is, man. It's dumb. And J-Mo gets 6. Buddy gets 3. 2 different totally things. I think the suspension for the driving is way worse. We know. At least he got something. We can't cry about it, right? It happens. Not to put anybody down. All right, here we go. I read one article. I don't know how long he got, but what Jameson did was nothing compared to what that was what I meant. I know exactly what you meant, bro. And you're 100% right. Jones is on that list so they can more camp guys. Is that what you're hearing? That he's on that list so they can bring more guys in? I didn't know that. If that's true, it's genius. Get a look at more guys, put someone on the list. Because he can come off at any time. So we could be right. I didn't read that, though, but that's smart, though. Ukraine. Okay. I think Jones might be here for leadership. I think he's here for leadership. And I think he can still make some plays. He's not going to be the go-to guy. Yeah, but he can move the chains a little bit. The defense depth reminds me of Super Bowl teams. Easy. Bro, take it easy when you start saying Super Bowl, man, around here. Let's make it to the goddamn playoffs. Sorry for saying that word. People get the name in vain. But, man, let's make the friggin' playoffs, man, before we start talking Super Bowl. I get it, man. We got the depth. Depth is there. I love the depth. Versatility is there, even in the secondary, man. But let's ease up on that Super Bowl word. Hope they don't take away snaps from Houston and give them to Charles Harris. Well, it looks like Harris and Houston, from what I was reading today, from a lot of the reports out there by guys like Schlitt and Tim Twentyman and Mike O'Hara, John Macaron, that Harris and Houston were kind of going in and out together. Like first it was Harris in there, then Houston right away, kind of like mixing it up a little bit. So they're going to get Houston in there, man. They're going to get. They can't take away that pass rush. They can't. He's too valuable, man. He's too valuable. Got this damn cough still, man. Still a little worried about the corner. That's all, though. Yeah, that could be an issue. That could be an issue. You never know. Mosley starting off on the pup was kind of expected. It was expected. He's still rehabbing from that torn knee. And we got Jerry Jacobs in there. Starling Thomas is in there. Will Harris is around still. He was actually backing up Jerry Jacobs or something, or Cam Sutton. I forget who he was backing up. I think it was Cam Sutton. I don't want to see Will Harris at corner. So I agree with you. I think corner is a problem. Think about football or any kind of sport. You're never going to have everybody locked into a spot where you're not worried. Every year you're going to worry about a position or 2 or 3. It's just the way it is. Even Super Bowl teams, man, have problems. Even baseball, world champions, the World Series teams that win those, they got problems. So it's not just us, but it is an issue. And you are right. Detroit Lions having the markets. Football time. It is, brother. It's football time. We're back. Where do you see our defense being this year? I can see them being 15 consistently. Well, overall, I think they were what last year? 29th? They were 29th last year with that horrific 1-6 start. So they were terrible for 7-8 weeks. Then played at a top 10, top 15 level for the rest of the season. Man, I'm hoping they're top 16 to 20. I really do. They could be better than top 15, 16. That I would be super impressed. But to go from 30, 29, whatever they were, and go all the way up to top 10, I think is just madness. That could it happen? It could, but I'm hoping for a top 15 to 20. Let's just say top 15 to 20. So I'm pretty much on par with yours, man. Perry Ball, who are your breakout players this year? Ooh, that's a good question. Breakout. I could see, man, if David Montgomery stays healthy, I could see him breaking out, finally getting over 1,000 yards. Let me see who else. Lee McNeil. I'm excited about Lee McNeil. I'm excited about Pascal. John Kaminsky. I think those guys can do better in second year go around with the Detroit Lions. So there's a couple guys out there. I want to see Jack Campbell. I know he's a rookie, but I want to see him bust on the scene pretty hard too, man. Tough question. Who you got non-kicker, at least talented, current projected starter for week 1? Who you got non-kicker as least talented current projected starter for week 1? Least talented. Any position, but non-kicker? Is that what you're asking? Who you got non-kicker as the least talented current projected start on this team? Least talented. That's tough. That's actually tough. I don't want to say Jerry Jacobs. I don't think he's least talented, but I'd rather see Mosley in there. Maybe Jerry Jacobs, and that's no real shot on him. I think he's a good player, but like I said, Mosley, maybe Isaiah Bugs on the interior inside. I'd like someone else to maybe win that job, but Bugs played okay last year, but he's not that good. I think Aleem's going to break out. I'm not worried about the DNs. Not too worried about the linebacking unit. Could it be Derek Barnes? Could it be Derek Barnes or something like that? Maybe. There's a few guys, I guess. And I think a lot of the guys I named are pretty good, too. It's not like I just think maybe for one, like the word least talented is tough. So, it's a good question, though. I think it is a tough question. You were right. Steve, I don't think Charles Harris is taking Samson away from. I don't think he is either. But he was in there first before Houston. Houston was playing with the twos. Houston was playing with the twos, man. So he's gonna have to prove that he can drop back in the coverage, play the run, and he's apparently had a nice day doing that today, dropping back in the coverage. So hopefully that continues. Let's just win the North first. Let's just make the playoffs. Win the North is great, but let's make the playoffs. I didn't explain my comments as I wanted to. The defense just reminds me of the special teams I've watched. Yeah, I get what you were saying. I know you're not saying Super Bowl, but it's just we need to be careful with saying we got like a Super Bowl. It reminds me. I get what you're saying. I won't be surprised if Mullen doesn't play until week 4. Exactly. Yeah, exactly, man. He's on that pup. He might not come off, right, for a bit. So you're going to see Jerry Jacobs in there. You're going to see Will Harris. You're going to see Will Harris in there. Makes me a little bit nervous. Byron Jones, Marcus Peters, and William Jackson, free agents. So I think they're going to grab somebody. They're going to grab one of these guys because they go after a Marcus Peters. He's got a little bit of attitude, but he's a playmaker. He was early. Byron Jones. He's had some years. William Jackson. It could be a guy. It could be one of those guys, man. Nova Scotia is flooded on its way to Newfoundland now with heavy rain. Yeah, man. It's pissing, eh? The Lions have money. They should sign a veteran outside cornerback when it's available. And I think they will. Knowing that they put Mosley on there, don't expect the signing in the next couple days. You might even hear about it tonight, tomorrow, but they got to get a guy in there. Got to get a guy in there as fast as they can. There's quite a bit of talent for agency. Bradley Roby, Ronald Darby, Casey Hayward. Some proven vets that might need one to replace Mosley. I think someone's coming, bro. I don't like their depth, man. I don't like their depth at the corner position. Giving all these guys different looks because they want to be a more versatile defense. And they drafted versatility. That's what they drafted, man, versatility. That's what I love about this team. They're very, very versatile. So it's a good thing. Byron Jones sounds electrifying with the ball hawk guys in the defense already. I wouldn't mind Byron Jones, man. I'd be okay with it. I think the defense will still give up points, but we'll get a lot more sacks and interceptions. Yeah, because Rome wasn't built in a day, bro. Exactly. So we're going to give up some points. I think we're going to have some big games too as well with the sacks and the picks. Hopefully we can get a couple teams into single digits, not scoring a lot on us, but teams will score on us. I expect the Kansas City game. I expect that to be a shootout. I really do. So, but I think we're a better defense. I think we're a much better improved defense. Montgomery has ran for 1,100 yards once. That's right. He did go over. Wait, did he go over 1,000? Yeah, he did go over 1,000. You're right. Yeah, with the Bears, right? It was 1 year. It was 1 year. I forgot about that year. I read an article that predicted Kamara will get a 4-game suspension. I didn't see that. So, hey, man, they picked up Jamal. That's a good signing for them. He can fill in. He's no Alvin Kamara, but Kamara should get something. I know he didn't get any. I know he didn't get. Well, he didn't get arrested or didn't get anything for that. He won that case, so. But the NFL is probably going to step in on that. My breakout player is Brian Branch. Hell yeah, he had a good day. Apparently, today too as well. He was making some plays. He was playing some special teams. He was out there. He got into the backfield. He was blitzing. He was doing some good things out there, man, in that secondary. Playing on that inside, at that slot, the nickel corner, and then, bouncing out to safety. Kind of like him and C.J. Garner-Johnson, man. I'm kind of doing the same thing. In and out. He was playing mostly with the twos on a nice breakup, I guess, on Khalif Raymond, I believe it was. So he had a nice day. He had a nice first day, man. And they say his throw was 40 out the window because when he was playing as a gunner, he was flying down the field, they say, and he looked like a lot faster than what he is. And that happens with a lot of guys. A lot of guys just don't test well. And I think that's a reason why a little bit Brian Branch dropped. At college, Alabama, he wasn't known for his coverage anyways. He's known to be more of an in-the-box kind of safety, making some plays on the blitz, read and react quick, on some screens and stuff like that, getting to the tight end, getting to inside and hitting the running back. Not really known for his coverage skills. So I like Branch, man. I think he was a good pick, and yeah, man, that's a good pick. Well, we could sign Sue to be that DT and kicker. Yeah, I remember when he kicked. That was funny. Mark, do you like our depth at D tackle? Someone might have asked that question already. I joined late. It's all good. We're talking about depth a little bit, though. It's all good. James Holyfield, welcome. I like the question. The depth, it's a little bit concerning, but today they were rolling 3 lines. They were going the interior. They were going McNeil and Buggs on the first team D. Then they were doing Covington and Broderick Martin as the number 2 defense, and they were doing Levi O and Benito Jones as the number 3. So the depth is there. If Levi can stay healthy, then I like the depth. I don't think he's going to stay healthy. That's just a gut feeling I have. Back injuries are a BI. They're a BI, man. It's tough. So, but if he stays healthy, Benito Jones, he made a little bit of noise last year playing as a reserve. I don't mind it, but I think they still could use another guy because I still don't trust Levi to stay healthy. So, but they got 6 guys rolling in there right now. So as of right now, it's okay. I would say possibly Brock Wright, Jerry Jacobs, or Isaiah Buggs as the least talented starter. Yeah, Brock Wright, he looks like he was rolling in with with Sam Laporta too as well. Jacobs, Buggs. Yeah, it makes sense, right? Sue could be an excellent mentor and rotation piece. Yeah, if Sue wants to do that, but he's not coming into camp. I saw an interview with Sue. He was on the NFL Network not too long ago. He was like, I'm never going to another training camp again. So I don't even know if that's the type of guy that Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell are looking for. No offense to Sue. I love Sue. But, I think they're going to want to see a guy at least practice before they bring him in. And Sue already made it clear he's not a guy that's going to come into training camp, man. If you're going to sign me, you're signing me a week before the game, week or 2 before games. Training camp's done. We're practicing now. That's it. I'll learn the playbook in a couple weeks. I'm a smart guy, which he is. And then he doesn't really have to learn the playbook at his position anyways. He's a defensive tackle. His job is to get to the quarterback, plug holes, take on double teams, do what he does. So you're going to see if he gets signed, it won't be it won't be for a while. It won't be for months. But he could be a guy. You never know. I just don't see Brad Holmes doing it. Lion Eyes. Well, late to the party, so if this was already asked, any word on how Big V is looking? I guess he looked okay, but he wasn't starting today. It was Graham Glasgow. Graham Glasgow got the number one starts. They got the number one reps, and Big V was in there on the second unit. But he was in there. That's all we can. That's all we can ask. And apparently, he was looking good. But his feet were looking good. He was, he didn't look like he was really struggling or anything like that. So, from what I'm hearing and reading, so I guess he looked okay. But he was on the second team. Big V is the most important piece to stay healthy. I think we need him to stay healthy. I don't want to see Graham Glasgow in there starting. I don't mind to see Graham Glasgow in there start, repping a few reps, getting in there, some garbage time, but I don't want him in there when it's important. When we got to score a touchdown. He hasn't played that great his last couple of years, man, as a Denver Bronco, especially last year. I think he was banged up a lot. So I would wish nothing but the best because he plays for us now again. So hopefully that can be good. I wonder about Iffy. Yeah, Iffy was in there at safety. He was in on I think pretty much the second team defense. Yeah, it was Walker and Kirby, and then Melifonu as the second teamer. There's no real competition going on at safety after Walker. Kirby Joseph and Iffy Melifonu. So it looks like Iffy's got a spot. It looks like he's got a spot as the third safety coming in, from the, giving guys a rest. So stay tuned for that, though, because he needs to play better, I think. So you're saying Iffy gone? I don't see it unless they pick somebody up, Mark. I don't think Iffy's going to go nowhere. So I think if they don't, I think he's a Lion, at least for this year again. Unless they pick somebody up, get someone in a trade. I just know. And then, you still got CJ Gardner-Johnson who can play safety as well if it goes south at nickel or whatever. So he could be gone, but I think he's the third guy as of right now. So you never know. That's something to keep an eye on. You could be right. I prefer Byron Jones over Mosley anyways. Well, yeah, well Jones has got the credit at least, right? He's got a little more clout. Been a little bit better in his career. Jones is kind of up there in age, though. Isn't he a little bit older? Mark, how many more seasons do you think we have Ben Johnson this year? And I think he's gone, bro. I think he's gone, Zach J. I think he's gone. We're lucky he didn't go anywhere at all this year. We're lucky. We're very, very lucky he didn't take that Carolina Panthers job. He was shown a lot of money. And he's sticking around. He said he owes it to Dan Campbell and his organization for giving him a chance. And I appreciate that, but I think he's gone. Maybe they just give Harris more reps because they let him play Sam. Yeah, they're trying to get him acclimated in that linebacker position. And I think he's gonna be one of the first defensive ends coming onto the field from the sidelines. He's gonna be that guy because you're gonna have Hutch in there. Obviously, they're not gonna, you're gonna see Hutch taking some breaks, but they don't want him off the field too much. But you gotta rest the big fella. But then they got, Pascal and Kaminsky. So Harris is going to have to earn that spot. Houston's going to have to earn that outside linebacker, Sam, whatever the hell they're calling him. But I think he's playing Sam. He's playing more Sam linebacker than he is. He's not a defensive end, so he's not playing with his hand in the dirt. He's a stand-up edge rusher, right? So, but yeah, Brian Branch might be expected to start at corner against the Chiefs. What at the nickel? He ain't starting on the outside because he says he wants to learn that position, though. But he ain't starting on the outside. He's going to play though, but he'll be playing nickel and he'll be bouncing to safety. Him and CJ Gardner-Johnson. That's how it seems like they're going to be doing right now. Yes, Sterling Thomas had a nice day. He was in there. I think he was backing up. Who was he backing up? I got it written all here from my notes. Will Harris was backing up Sutton, an undrafted free agent rookie Starling Thomas was the number 2 to Will Harris. So he's on the second team. That's good. He's keeping up with guys. He was playing gunner on special teams, looking like a natural out there. Apparently, he's got speed. He's got speed. He's got good size. Hopefully, it looks like he's got a really inside track to at least make it as that number 5. That number 5 corner. So number 4, number 5 corner. So I think he's going to be a guy that's going to get some playing time, and he's going to probably win a job because of his special teams ability. Man, I hope Branch is like the defensive version of Amon Ra, just play with the chip on his shoulder because of where he was drafted. It seems like that for now. He seems like a guy that, that is like, F that draft, man. F that draft. F my 40 time. I'm a baller. I can play. And he's just a pro. Apparently he's a pro's pro. So you love hearing that stuff. If Jacobs, Thomas, and Sutton get it done, I'm excited. Well, I'm not really too worried about guys like, I'm not really too worried about Sutton or anything like that. Jacobs, if he's a starter, it could be an issue, even though I like him as an undrafted free agent. And you got Thomas as another undrafted free agent. Let's hope those guys make it. You know what I mean? I think Jacobs is a lock for this team. Thomas is going to make it. Obviously, Sutton's going to be a starter. So, and they can get it done. I think those guys can get it done. Jacobs has shown that he can play a little bit. He needs to be better. And, Sutton, he had a great 2022. And Thomas is kind of a question mark right now. So, but it looks like he's got a good inside track of making this team. I think Sutton will be a big improvement from last year. Well, yeah, and I think our whole secondary was trash last year, man. He's he's definitely going to improve this whole defense, improve this whole secondary, man. I'm excited for that kid. If you go look at his days in Pittsburgh or talk to the fan base, I love talking to other fan bases too, right? And there wasn't one person that was happy Cameron Sutton was gone. There's a whole different feel when you're talking about Denzel Mims. Every Jets fan was excited he was gone, blah, 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 this and that. But you talk to Pittsburgh Steelers fans. I got a buddy that's a Steelers fan. He was like, I can't believe we didn't re-sign him. He's like, he had a great 2022, kind of an up and down his first couple of years in the NFL, and they were. He started locking really in his 3rd, 4th year, just playing good football, and had an excellent last year as a Steeler. So they were kind of, a lot of Steeler fans are like, why the hell did we get rid of this guy? So good for us. I think we're going to have a good team there. If they pick up another cornerback, it means Mosey's going on that list, and you won't see him anytime soon. He could go on the pup, bro. But I think they got to pick somebody up, though. They got to pick somebody up just for they got a couple guys like Jaron Williams. Like, who's out there, man? Jaron Williams and Stephen Gilmore, undrafted free agent Stephen Gilmore, Chase Lucas. Even Starling Thomas, he was even playing with the number 3s. That's how much they like this guy. So he's pulling double duty. So you got to be careful. You don't want to get that guy hurt because he got hurt in college. Probably a big reason why he was never drafted. So someone's coming. Someone's coming into the mix. They got to make room, though. They got to make room, so maybe somebody gets put on the list, like you said. Maybe Mosley goes on that NFI list and stays on there. Well, he's on the pup right now, so he ain't coming back anytime soon. So, you might see another guy, or you might see someone get cut. You might see a guy like Jaron Williams get cut, Stephen Gilmore. You might see one of those guys get cut. So, yes, I think someone's coming into town, bro. If the offense plays as good as they did last season, all the defense needed to do was steal a couple possessions and make a couple key stops, and we're good. It sounds easy. That sounds good, Steve-O. Sounds great. I hope that's true, man. We were looking for that last year, man. Our offense played great, but we've seen how our defense played at the end of the year, man. So your words do ring true. They do ring true. We need to see a couple more stops, a couple more picks. Fumbles. We need to see the defense make plays. And we lacked that last year. We got a glimpse of it I think at the end of the year, those last whatever games were 8 to 10 games. So if we were just to start that a little bit earlier, man, we could have made the playoffs last year. But we need to do that, man. You're right. Can't argue that. 3 safety sets more, and I guess we're set at corner. Yeah, it sounds like we need another corner, though. I think we need one more guy. What's up, Patty Grimes? Are you going to Lions training camp? I'm going to try to get there. I just don't know when. I can't make any promises. I just don't know when. This is, there's things going on, so I'm going to try and get there. 4 safeties on the team who deserve to start. Might just have to move one to corner. Maybe Kirby can play corner. You're not moving Kirby Joseph. You're not going to move him to corner, bro. I don't think they will. Maybe he can. He was making plays at safety position. He's a little bit of a freelancer, so they got to be careful with that. There's 4 safeties I can start. Iffy, I'm still a little iffy on him. No pun intended. Or intended, or completely intended, actually. But, I like our safety room. I do. I like our safety room. I don't think Tracy Walker's a baller, though. I think he can do. I think he's a starter on this team, but I don't think he's a baller. So I think that's why they brought in a guy like C.J. Garner-Johnson, who's going to be playing a mostly nickel, I think, but jumping to safety. And you got a guy like Brian Branch who plays nickel and plays safety. So it's going to be a good safety nickel room for sure. I don't know if one of those guys can bounce to the corner. Maybe Brian Branch. Maybe. I know he wants to learn that position. He never really did it in college, so makes me nervous. But I think someone's coming in. I really do. I think somebody is coming in. That's what's nice about our safety group. Most of them can play that cornerback role too. It's a good problem to have, right? I'm not tripping if we lose Marvin and Mosley. No, we can't trip about it. I'm not tripping about it. I think losing Mosley hurts. I think he's a pretty good corner, even though he's a six round draft pick. I think he's a good corner. Yeah, man. I don't think those guys will be too hard to replace, for sure. I do like Martin for the mentorship. Yeah, I think one of the tight ends needs to learn how to play. Yeah, I like their tight end group. I think it's a solid group. I don't think there's anything wrong with those guys there. Fullback to make the squad. I hate that position in the NFL. I hate it. But they love Kabinda. He's a special teamer. He does everything well. He's versatile. He can catch the ball, blocks, play a little bit of linebacker. That's what he played at Penn State. So, yeah, Sue isn't the same. I think we need Mosley more than Marvin. I agree. Covington should be a solid mentor. Yeah, he kind of reminds me of a Levi guy. Bugs will be bug out. You never know. The wide receiver room was full of hard-working veterans to help motivate him. Mims, do you think they can unlock him? I think there's a possibility, blue and silver. I really do. Like I said earlier, I don't know if you heard, I talked to some some Jets fans. They said motivation was the problem. Lack of enthusiasm. He was, he thought he was a little bit better than what he really was. The coaches were set on the wide receivers with him, didn't give him a chance right away, but they were excited to see him walk out the door. The Jets fans, they didn't, not too many good things to say about him. Just that he's fast as hell. He can separate. It's just, his hands aren't that great. You have to watch a Jets game to really see his potential, and there's just not a lot there. If you really want to see his potential, you have to watch his college tape. And it's like, man, that's 4 years ago, 5 years ago. That's 5 years ago, man. Well, no. Yeah. Well, he was drafted in 2020. So, yeah, 2019 was his last year, right? So he had 17, 18, 19 pretty much. And then you have to go back to his last 2 good years at Baylor. He had some solid years at Baylor. He did. So you have to go back and look at that tape. So you got a guy like Almond Ross, St. Brown, can motivate. You should be able to do it. You know what I mean? You got Antoine Randall, who's an exciting coach who likes to bring out the best. Like I said earlier, I think this could be like a Khalif Raymond signing. It's not as much pressure as when Khalif came here, because Khalif was just kind of a nobody. He really was when he came here. He was a special team guy. He had like 200, 300 yards between 4 teams that he played on prior. And it's almost kind of the same situation. But Raymond's not set here to play right away. Raymond was going to, Mims is not set to play right away. You know, he's going to be that number 4, number 5 at the worst, I think. And he can maybe, break out a little bit with 300-400 yards, possibly. But I don't expect him to be getting that type of production. But I do expect him to be better than he was when he was a New York Jet. So I think it's a very strong possibility that his potential can get unlocked. I just don't expect him to be like a number 2, number 3. I don't expect him to be like the guy. I think everybody can be in agreement with that. Covington has a lot of experience in the NFL. He does. And I like that signing. I kind of joined that with a little bit, kind of like the Kaminsky signing a little bit that they did last year. Picked up Kaminsky, improved the defense. Now, I don't think Covington's going to be that type of production, but I think he's a good vet, that has a lot of respect in the league. On Sue, that's a Rich Eisen show interview. Never seen it. I got to check it out. If you put a guy on IR for the year, can the Lions get that money back on the cap the next 2 years? If you put a guy on IR for the year, can the Lions get that money back? I think guys get paid regardless. There might be some things in there, bro, but I don't think I get any money back. I don't know. I don't look, and I don't know the answer. Zach, I would not be surprised when the tight ends take that fullback tight end role and take Kabinda's roster spot. Yeah, they like Kabinda, man. They just like him. He's a Dan Campbell guy. He just is. He's a Dan Campbell guy. He's tough nosed. He plays the position hard. He's just that guy. How's Ragnow doing? He didn't. I don't think he tracked. I think he was out there, but they had Piersbacher at the center today. It seemed like. So they're taking it easy with the big fella. His toe is mangled. They can't do any surgery. Oh God, gassy boys. Can't do any surgery on it. So we'll see. Kenny Galladay replaced Marvin Jones. Continue the trend of signing former guys who were good here. Kenny couldn't wait to get out of here, though, man. Oh, man. No, I don't want Kenny Galladay back. Kabinda is one of Dan Campbell's guys. I think he's making the team as long as he's healthy. You're probably right. I just hate the position, man. I hate the position in the NFL. I just really do. I think it's a dying position. Like, you don't see him out there much, but he does play special teams, so that's why you don't really see him. So he brings that value to the team. Iffy's kind of iffy to make the team. Exactly. James, Justin Chase, what's up, man? They should move Iffy back to corner. They could. It's another versatile guy. You're right, Steve. I forgot. He played corner too, right? So, they got guys. So maybe they do switch him. But that means they're true safeties, though. You're kind of lacking there, and you're looking at guys like Brady Breeze, and that makes me a little bit nervous too. Can't wait to see Branch earn some starting time this year. He had a good first day, brother. Steve-O was thinking the same thing. I was not thinking that. I forgot it, but it's a great comment by Steve-O. I can see the Lions signing N'Keal Harry. He's another 25-year-old receiver drafted early like Mims. Supposed to be much better. Yeah. Who drafted him, man? Patriots? Was it the Patriots who drafted him? Did he play for the Bears last year? Potential, man. Potential. But he's probably not gonna do that. I hope this Mims pickup turns into something because that helps solidify our wide receiver a bit. Her next year, Josh Stout at wide receiver too. Yeah, man, they got some guys coming out. Marvin Harrison Jr. obviously probably going to be the guy. So, but yeah, man, I think he's going to turn out to be okay. don't expect a whole ton from him, bro, unless guys go down. Then you're going to hope he becomes something. I really don't want that type of pressure on him. But I think he's a number 5 at best. You know, could he win a number 4 spot? You know what I mean? But I think he's going to have that type of year where he's coming in and he's giving guys rest. You know, Marvin Jones, maybe some Josh Reynolds. You might see him in there. Obviously going to spread the field with his speed. You know, got to work on some things though. And he just needs to work hard to make this team. He could be. N'Keal Harry could be done, bro. Short yardage Sam will be Harris, and passing situations will undoubtedly be Houston. Oh, yeah, man. Houston's going to be in there, and I'm excited for James Houston. You know, he had a good day dropping back into coverage today, though. So that's something that I love hearing. I love hearing that first day, back to football, he looked good in pass coverage. That's great because that's what we need him to be. If he wants to be an every down guy, you know, if everybody keeps telling me that, not everybody, sorry, but there's some guys in this fan base that tell me he's better than Aiden Hutchinson. You know, and I'm like, oh, damn. I'm like, okay, he better prove it. So it's good to see him coming out right away and looking good in pass coverage. I love hearing that stuff. I've been doing this for an hour and 16 minutes, guys. I'm going to be out soon, man. I'm exhausted. I'm probably going to drop that video that I got to make too. So, yeah, is Jerry Jacobs doing well? I didn't hear too much about his day today. He did start, though, with Mosley being out. The history with Jarvis Landry from the States. I said that before. I was like kind of hoping they would have brought in Landry. Older, though. Kind of, you know, I think he's in his 30s as well, banged up. I don't mind someone like that. He's a fiery guy, too. Remember watching Hard Knocks a few years back when he was with the Browns. And he was an excitable guy, man. So, you never know. Fan favorite guys for sure. Bro, if we go deep into the play, I don't think Ben Johnson's going anywhere until we win a Super Bowl. Oh, man, we go into the – I guess you never know, man. I guess you never know. They're going to have – but he's year to year. He's year to year now, so you're going to have to keep paying him. I think he's gone, man. I really do. Big guns, yeah. I'd say as far as Ben Johnson goes, he will go if he gets the right team and control partnership with the team with the management team. Yeah, you guys, I think, are wishful thinking, man. I just think he's going to go, man. I just think he's going to get shown a lot of money, especially if they have a top 5 offense again, man. They get a top 5 offense, someone's dropping the bag on him, man. Someone's going to drop the bag on him. Like, we're lucky he didn't go this year. We're lucky, man. But he kept his word true, and he's like, hey, man, I'm going to do this for Detroit and Dan. I mean, if he feels like he has an opportunity to win a Super Bowl, I feel they're going to get that right. I would love it, man. I would love it. There may be some jobs available all over next year. I mean, there's going to be a lot of guys on the hot seat, man. A lot of hot seats. Good to see you, bro. Justin Chase giving a what up to Sup 9 drinks. Lions fans didn't see the mind of Kuda leaving. I'm going to miss Hawkinson. We had some incredible plays, but he wasn't worth paying. We had 3 good times. Yeah. Hawkinson wasn't worth paying. Minnesota about to give him a lot of cash. A lot of cash. 9 drinks. Hashtag Justin. Mark is trying to get them jobs. Nah, man, I don't want that. I don't want that type of responsibility. Dude, if Starling Thomas works out too, that's a wrap. Holmes a god. It'd be nice. I guess he looked good today too, man. I didn't hear like too much that he was making all kinds of plays, but he was playing on the number 2 defense and he was doing number 3 defense as well. So that tells me that he's playing number 3. Tells me they don't have a lot of faith in guys like Jaron Williams and Stephen Gilmore. So I'm feeling someone's coming into the building. I'm feeling someone's coming. Who? I don't know, but someone's coming. Do you think they keep 4 tight ends and cut Kabinda? I don't think they're going to cut Kabinda. I've been praying for this for years since Kabinda's been here. Because I don't like the fullback position, but this isn't my team. But I think they're obviously going to keep Laporta, Brock Wright. They're probably going to keep Zylstra and probably going to keep Mitchell. I see them keeping 4. And maybe, like, I still think Cabina's going to make a team, man. You know, he's that reserve tight end guy, H-back, whatever we're going to call him, fullback. He plays linebacker in a pinch. So I think he makes the team, man. He's a Dan Campbell guy. So I expect the 4 tight ends and Cabina. But you never know, man. You never know. Someone might not have to go. Out of those tight ends, you even got Derek Deese Jr., who looked okay today. He just came off the NFI list. So, you know what I mean? So they got a lot of tight ends, man. So you might see 1 or 2 get cut. But as of right now, they like all their tight ends. So it's going to be interesting. The only thing I don't like about Hawkinson is he didn't do a good job protecting himself. It seemed like that. Fell down a lot, too. I really don't miss Stafford. I definitely prefer Goff, especially for the price and how much trading and better for the team as a whole. Yeah, I still think Stafford's a better quarterback. I don't miss Stafford either or his wife. Jameson needs to get out there and absolutely ball out and silence the haters. He needs to. So, bro, Thomas is going to make the team. I picked him to be the best. I think he's making the team too. I think it's a lock, bro. I think it's a lock too. He's playing. He's doing double duty today. The Rams asked Stafford to take a pay cut. He told them no. I heard that was all a lie. One of their money guys or Les Snead came out for the Rams and said that was complete false. But they never asked Stafford to take a pay cut. That was all bullshit. And so I don't know. I have no idea. Will Harris can play cornerback. That's scary. That's scary. I don't want to see that guy in there, man. That's what makes me nervous, too. I was thinking if they were running heavy at running back, they would replace Cabina with RB4. I think they're going to be going some cool play action plays. A 4th running back could help you with. And they brought back Justin Jackson, too. If nobody knows that. I know that was kind of an under the radar re-signing, but they brought back Justin Jackson, who's a special teams ace and one of the hardest runners that we've had on this team. I would have told them no, too. So would I have, but I guess it was BS. Cabina does his role. I just wish he was more of a threat to move the ball. Yeah, he's a good blocker, and he plays special teams, man. These guys, this coaching regime, Rod Holmes, they love that shit. They love that, and as they should. They give the contract. They shouldn't offer something they want to go back on right away. Bad business. It is. I heard it was all BS anyways, Justin. I heard they didn't ask him to take a pay cut or restructure or whatever. So who knows? I hope Cabina works on his hands as well. Too many drops last year. And I just don't like the position. Feinstein, Harry, and unlocked Harry and Mims, that would be insanity. It would be insanity. Why did Adam leave Woodward Sports? I don't have a clue, bro. Don't have a clue. I've heard some things, but I won't speak on it because I don't really know. I see Ben Johnson staying around too. People love the atmosphere in there. Dan Giving, he's the best at it. You guys got a lot more faith than I do in that one. To be fair, I wouldn't be too enthusiastic with Zach Wilson throwing me. No, man. Joe Flacco, Mike White. That's who was throwing the ball to Denzel Mims, man. Did you see they brought back Justin Jackson? I just talked about it. Do you think he could be? I think he's the third guy. Easy. He's better. He's better than Craig Reynolds ever was. He is. No respect to Craig Reynolds. No disrespect to Craig Reynolds, man. I just think he's a better ball player. Justin Jackson knows the system. And they brought him back for a reason. So they either don't trust Craig Reynolds that much, and Mohamed Ibrahim is a project, big-time project. So that to me tells me the 3 guys that got locked in, obviously Gibbs and Montgomery, and 3 is Double J, and then your 4, you got to work on that. It's going to be between Jefferson, Mohamed, and they released Greg Bell. So you're going to see Craig Reynolds, you're going to see a trio there of fighting for a job. Blue and silver, I like that terminology, unlock them. It's a good terminology. Signed Ted Brady for a year because Hooker is hurt and not NFL ready yet. Exactly. I told everybody he was going on the NFI list, and he's on there. And but he is doing stuff. He is on the NFI list, but he still is doing stuff. So he's just not, there's some things he can't do on there, but he's not going to be, and he can come off that anytime. He can come off that anytime, but he still is doing stuff. He was doing some drop backs today with no ball. There, let me find it. Let me find it. I'm giving you guys the goods. What was out there about Hook? Hooker to lead, working with trainers, pass drops with no ball, footwork, through short routes around the goal line, some red zone stuff, and even did sprints at the end of his workout less than 50 yards. So legs are holding him up, looking better. I wanted Teddy Bridgewater to be signed here months ago when there was rumblings of it. So who knows? I think Teddy is holding out, waiting for a desperate team to overpay him. I think so too, man. I don't know why he hasn't signed with anybody. That's a great explanation, Zach J. They signed him for a reason. Maybe they can fit in with him with Gibbs. Yeah, man. Justin Jackson is the guy, man. He's number 3. Just 3D print Ragnow a new toe and throw him in there. He'll be fine. New England drafted here. Yeah. Like 32, right? After they won the Super Bowl. I'm surprised there isn't some kind of toe guard they can't make for Ragnow's toe. You can't take another 300 times stepping on that toe. And it's going to happen, bro. It's going to happen. Thing is, his toe is mangled. So, steel toe cleats. We're going to get illegal on everybody. Zylstra is on the bubble of making this team. He could be. He's going to bounce on the roster of the practice squad this season. That very well could happen, Steve-O. It's a good call. Stafford is a better quarterback. He is a better quarterback, man. But that's not going to get into that argument with people about it. Will Harris is a practice squad guy now. He is, but he's literally backing up Cam Sutton. He is literally his backup right now. So take that for what it's worth, my man. Take that for what it's worth, but he is the backup to Cam Sutton. That's why the cornerback situation does worry me. Is that Jorge a better quarterback? Jorge a better quarterback when healthy. Yeah, he's healthy for most of his career. He was only hurt for he's been banged up for a lot of his career, but the guy was an Iron Man. You know what I mean? Justin Jackson, a dog, 100%. Yeah, seems like they're stacking that room up. Flacco, Super Bowl quarterback, though, in the Jets, but he's terrible though. Now he wasn't that good as a Raven. He just had that crazy Super Bowl run where he was throwing touchdown after touchdown. He had a great Super Bowl playoff run, but he's not a good quarterback. Joe Flacco is not good, and then by the time he got to the Jets, he was even worse. So come on, man. Oops. He needs a Teflon cleat. They need to do something. Ronnie Lott would have cut his toe off the play. Yeah, I think he ripped off his – did he lose a finger? Is that what it was? And they ended up ripping it off him or something like that? What was the story there? Steve, I heard Mitchell looking like tight end 4. That's the rumor, Justin. That's the rumor. Will Harris is another one of those Dan Campbell guys. Kabinda, Raymond, and Will Harris are all going to make the team. Yeah, Raymond's going nowhere. Khalif Raymond's going nowhere. I think that guy's the number 3 wide receiver. He's better than Marvin Jones. At this point in his career, he's better than Marvin Jones. So I think he's probably number 3 at worst, number 4. Jonesy is that number 3, number 4. Rotate those guys in and out. You got to give the old man a rest, Marvin Jones. So, yeah, and I think Will Harris is like versatile, but he's terrible. He's just bad. Like I just don't. But they love that versatility. And Kabinda, you're right, man. He's a Dan Campbell guy, man. Tough nose, throwback. So, yeah. Yeah, I don't want to get caught with steel-toe cleats. That's a year suspension probably. That's probably booted out of the league forever. Too late. Old guy's got to sleep. Yeah, man, I'm going to bed soon, bro. Well, not bed, but I got to make this video, man. I'm making all the old linemen. I'm making the Lions old linemen Teflon cleats. Hey, go do it, man. Ronnie Lott had his pinky finger amputated to play in the Super Bowl. That's crazy. That's hardcore. That is hardcore. Someone else make the D-line Teflon. That's tough, man. Hey, man, that could be something you could do if you can get away with it. Let's go. Make a little bit extra bones on the side. But, hey, man, this was a good one, guys. I went an hour and a half. Love the comments. Love the reactions. Super Bowl. Hey, let's take it easy a little bit on that talk. But, hey, man, I love that football's back. I'm going to try to do this every Sunday, like I said. 7, 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock seems to be the better time for me, where I kind of unwind and everything's taken care of in the house. I can get on here and get online, man. and have a little bit of fun with all the Lions fans and all my subscribers. I appreciate you guys out there, really. But I'm about to drop this video. I got to go do the quick video of the Lions' first day observations with some comments in there, with some reactions. And we just talk about it, man. And I'll try to make it a 14, 15, 20-minute video, whatever it is, man. And we have some fun with that stuff, man. So I appreciate it, man. Hour and a half. That's a good time. And I appreciate you guys. One pride. Go Lions. Boom, boom, boom. Thanks, guys. Peace.